Hi guys, my name is Pouyan Darian. I focus my entire practice on immigration law. I'm an immigration attorney. It's all I do, all day, every day. And today I want to discuss a slightly different topic, citizenship. So I can't tell you how many times people have come to me to renew their green cards. And I ask them, why haven't you applied for citizenship yet? And they say, I haven't gotten around to it. I don't want to pay the fee, or whatever reason. But that it blows my mind, because citizenship means you never have to renew your green card again. You can leave the US without risking abandoning your permanent resident card. You can apply for all sorts of public benefits in the future, and you will never risk some sort of government action that could adversely affect your immigration status. Now, when people say that they can't afford it or they don't want to afford it, I want to address that point specifically, because first of all, renewing your green card every 10 years or so is almost the same fee. Right now, it's $500 something to renew your green card, and it's $725 to apply for citizenship. But those fees are going to increase drastically in the near future, according to USCIS policy guidance, because right now they're losing money. So if you qualify for citizenship, now would be the time to apply. And then you never have to worry about your immigration status again. Okay, so you're thinking about applying for citizenship. What are the major considerations? One, are you delinquent on your taxes? I'm just going to go through a few things, right? But the main one that some people have problems with is that they're concerned that they have to submit their tax returns. You actually don't have to submit your tax returns, but there is a question on the current version of the application, which again might become substantially more complicated in the future, as we just saw happen with green card applications in February of 2020. Right now, they just ask, have you paid your taxes since you became a permanent resident? If not, explain. So they also ask if you're delinquent in your taxes. So you may owe taxes, but if you're on a payment plan and cooperating with the IRS or your state tax authorities, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. Just stay on your payment plan, stay on top of your tax situation, right? And you will have no problems applying for citizenship, generally speaking. The other major concern is they will ask you if you have ever been cited, arrested, convicted. Basically, any police interaction should be disclosed to your attorney when you apply for citizenship, and you're going to have to get a certificate of disposition. Even for certain traffic violations, I like to, in an overabundance of caution, include a driving abstract, just so we show USCIS that we are being completely forthcoming, completely honest, and that you have nothing to hide. The criminal conviction, let's say you have a criminal issue, right? You got arrested 10 years ago for disorderly conduct or something, and you didn't do anything wrong, but you took a plea deal because your attorney told you it's the easiest way and you'll just have to pay a fine. That's actually a conviction, right? A lot of people don't realize that when they pay a fine, they're pleading guilty. So that needs to be disclosed. So when your attorney asks you, have you ever been arrested or convicted or cited, make sure you disclose any police contact so the attorney, if necessary, can do background checks and include all the necessary documents with your application so you're fully prepared. So there is not a fraud determination for an immigration benefit, which could easily convert a citizenship application into removal proceedings in the worst case scenario, right? So it's pretty straightforward. Just be honest with your attorney. It's not that hard. And your attorney will advise you whether it's a good idea to apply for citizenship or whether it's better to hold off and just keep renewing your green card for now. There's a good moral character requirement, right? And this requirement necessitates demonstrating that during the 5 years preceding the date that you file your application, you have been a person of good moral character. Now, what does that mean? It's actually quite complex, but generally speaking, they're referring to police interaction, arrests, convictions, and things of that sort. If you were arrested, but it was dismissed, that's not a conviction. That's just an allegation. Anyone can get arrested. But you definitely want to disclose all of that stuff. And it'll specifically ask you on the application if you've ever been arrested. If so, what was the outcome? And if during the preceding 5 years you have had no police interaction, you should still disclose any arrests, because there is such a thing as a permanent bar to good moral character for certain convictions that happened more than 5 years ago. Or there could be a series of minor arrests, like traffic violations in the last 5 years, which by themselves, each incident by itself would not result in a finding of bad moral character, but taken as a whole, it could allow USCIS to make a determination that you do not currently possess the good moral character, or more accurately, during the preceding 5 years, you were not a person of good moral character, which will result in a denial of your application, and then you'll have to reapply once you've cleared the 5 years. So, this is obviously not an exhaustive list of requirements for naturalizing and becoming a US citizen. And keep in mind, there are different ways and categories for naturalizing. The one I'm discussing is for permanent residents who have maintained their status for 5 years. There are other ways to become a citizen after just 3 years. For example, if you've been married to a US citizen and obtained your permanent residence in that way, this video doesn't apply to that. The requirements are different in that situation. The final thing I really wanted to discuss is demonstrating that you've been in the US for at least 51% of the preceding 5 years before you file for your naturalization, for your citizenship. You'll have to list all of your absences from the United States on the current version of the application, which again, we're expecting to become much more complicated. In fact, a few years ago, I think it was just 5 pages. Now it's 20 pages, and the fees just keep going up and up. So if you qualify, now would be the time to apply. There's 2 things with the absences from the US. One is demonstrating you've been here for more than half of the last 5 years. And the other one, they'll ask you specifically if any of your trips outside the US were for 6 months or longer. And the reason they're asking you this is to see if there has been a break in your continuous presence in the United States, which could create issues. If that's the case, you really want to discuss that with your lawyer, because you may just be throwing money down the drain by filing if you don't qualify due to a break in your continuous presence. So guys, I really want to stress the urgency in applying for citizenship if you qualify. You should naturalize ASAP. The form is not incredibly complex, although I really do think you should discuss it with a lawyer, because I can't tell you how many times people have applied and ended up in removal proceedings, deportation proceedings, because of a mistake that they made on prior paperwork 20 years ago. They'll even look at your previous visa applications from when you first entered the US. It is one of the most extensive. It's its own beast. You could renew your green card 20 times, not have an issue, and then when you apply for citizenship, they'll say, hey, in 1989, you did this, and we're placing you in removal proceedings. I've seen it happen. It's crazy. But so my point is just discuss it with your lawyer before you do anything. And keep in mind, again, that the fees are probably going to increase. So it doesn't really make sense to wait if you qualify. Look, the government is rapidly amending immigration policy. I don't want to see you in a situation where you lose this opportunity or have to pay a substantially higher fee to become a citizen when you're eligible now. This is what I do. So please give us a call, text us. You can even book a consultation directly through our website. This is literally what I do. And you don't have to even interact with somebody over the phone. You could just shoot us a text or book a consult directly through our website. See my schedule, click a slot, and just schedule something. We'll discuss, we'll see if it's in your best interest to apply for citizenship or whether it's risky and you should just renew your permanent residence. The number you can text us at is 914-885-3961. And of course, you could always call us as well. But, a lot of people prefer texting, and I assure you, we will get back to you. I just want to reiterate, we do almost the vast majority of our cases by video chat. So the way it works is you just schedule a consult through our website or texting us or calling us or however you choose. And we'll do a video chat consultation. We'll decide whether it's in your best interest to apply for citizenship. And then I'll take care of the whole thing for you. Or if you decide that you want to do it by yourself, it's a super clean case, and you just have a few questions, I'm happy to advise you and let you know how to do it. If you can do it yourself, I'll tell you, you should just do this yourself and save yourself some money. So again, my name is Pouyan Darian. Immigration is what I do, and I really hope that you take advantage of this opportunity to apply for citizenship right now. Thank you so much.